Hi and welcome to Wise Words, where I'm interviewing amazing wise women. What do I mean by wise women? I mean women who have found their why, their passion and their purpose, and they're sharing their wisdom here with me on the couch. Now today, OMG, have I got an amazing guest for you. This lady is full of heart. You'll know exactly what I mean about in a moment. Her approach to life is slightly different, shall we say, from the average coach. And she's just one of the most amazing, heartfelt humans that I have ever met. So please, would you introduce yourself?
Oh, thank you, Cheryl. My name is Wendy Firmin-Price, and I run the Heart Equine Assisted Therapy and Coaching Centre in Surrey. And that's alongside a holistic riding centre, and we run the Healing Hearts and Minds with Horses community interest company.
Wow. And so when you say like therapy and horses, it's not kind of what you would normally, it doesn't go together like, cream and ice or ice and cream. So how do horses help in therapy?
Well, either from coaching or therapy, horses have a way to really help be able to show a bit of a mirror and a metaphor what's going on within us. Now, we often know the belief systems that we have, but we don't often realise how much they leak out of our energy. And so because horses can read energy very, very well, and that's what their whole life is about, as a prey animal, they're able to read our energy field really easily. And we don't often realise that this energy that we leak out from our body is affecting the type of people that we attract in our lives, the situations we find ourselves in, and all sorts of ways that we don't realise that actually our body is leaking out these patterns, these vibrations. And so when you're with a horse, they're able to read that energy field. So a classic one would be that one of the women might come to me and wanting to develop her relationship with men, but always keeps finding the wrong,
the wrong man,
the wrong one. Yeah. Quite often, when we take them round to choose a horse, interestingly enough, they'll always get drawn to the horses that are unavailable. Now, that horse might be unavailable that day because it's being ridden elsewhere, or it might be somebody else's, or it's lame, or something. But that pattern of showing that actually you have a vibration of always attracting and being attracted to unavailability can instantly show what years of therapy, and words can do. Another situation would be classically how we do or don't set boundaries. And it's often when people are starting to hold the horses, it shows up how they are with people straight away. It shows up whether they are clear in their decisions. It'll show up whether they set a boundary and mean it, say what they mean what they say. And the horse, not because they're looking to have a problem, make a problem or be cheeky or naughty, but they're just responding to the energy field that we're giving out. And so they go, oh, that's all right to push you around then, isn't it? And we go, oh yeah, no, I don't want to hurt it. And immediately shows up all these patterns that we don't realise that we have. Now, often then we will find the belief system or the event that has created that coping strategy. And here's what I love most about the coaching is that the moment we find the new belief, we either really take it on, or the horse will say, she doesn't really believe that.
Oh, great. It's like a little extra tool. Yeah.
Because it's very easy with the normal coaches to say what we think the other coach wants to hear, or the other person. But when you're the horse, you can't BS them, or horse-S them. Yeah. And so you get truth and authenticity. And so it clears years and years of stuff that has been leaking out of us, changes it really instantly. Brilliant. And although it's a little bit more expensive to initially it works out far more economical because you don't have to spend years in therapy.
Yeah.
You know, you
Well,
just clear
well,
up.
that's it, isn't it? If therapy, let's say, some people go out there and do therapy for £50 an hour, for example. But if they have to do that for 52 weeks of a year, compared to what they might come and get from you like quicker. And also, I think that if you're stuck in a situation where this block has been there, normally we don't go for help straight away. So you might have been dealing with this for years. And so all of a sudden, but I love the fact that it's kind of like an inside, kind of job with the horse. It's like, yeah, no, that's not going to work. That's brilliant. Mm. And how many horses do you have down at the centre?
We have nearly 30 horses.
Wow.
Not all mine, just the bills for the hay and feed. And so we have a nice variety to work with. And we've got fields. Sometimes we do herd watching, sometimes we work in the stable, sometimes we'll work in the arena. I often get people go, oh yeah, but I'm terrified of horses.
I was going to say, what happens if they say that, yeah.
And I think perfect, because that actually shows something that we can really work on. And often it's something to do with their power. It might be their feminine power, their masculine power, or just standing in their power. And so by coming and working, we've got a nice little Shetland pony who starts everybody off if they're a bit nervous. But then usually, because people just see and shift their energy so quickly, they're often working with the biggest horses by lunchtime.
Yeah, brilliant.
Yeah.
And so if somebody's out there now, and what kind of person could you help? What would they be what's going on in their life right now?
So the main sort of women that come to me are entrepreneurs and business women that are very sort of stressed. They're trying to juggle everything, and they'd make time for everybody else and do everything for everybody else, but they forget to deal themselves into the game. And so I help rebalance them and make them help them make time for themselves, which often the women that I work with feel that they are being too selfish, or my needs don't count. And it's a common statement we work with the horses, that my needs count too. And the horse, when they start to believe that my needs count too, the horse will start walking on with them. Yeah. And the other ways that women can that come to me often are in that sort of coming up to like an empty nest syndrome, or they want something a little bit more from their life but not quite sure direction. And again, the horses are fantastic for helping find purpose and direction.
Yeah, great. And I saw you recently stand at the International Women's Day event in Manchester, and I know there you shared a heart-breaking and heartwarming story about Hayley, one of your clients. And I think it's a true testament that she now actually works with you, because she loved the fact that the horses helped her, and now she wants to help others. Yeah. So if people want to get in touch with you, Wendy, or watch the video, I honestly watched the video of Wendy on stage. It's just incredible. There's a little secret at the beginning, but I'll not spoil that for you. And so if people want to get in touch with you and find out more about what you do, whereabouts can they get in touch?
So if you come to www.theheartcenteruk.com, that will give you details of one-day workshops. Or if you really want to transform your life, then come on our self-mastery through the horses. That will guarantee to change your life.
Yeah, brilliant. And we'll put the links below for both Wendy's video on International Women's Day and, of course, that link for your website as well. But just one question before you go. How did this all start?
Well, it all started with my childhood sweetheart. And I was 12 years old when I met him. And he was not very tall. He was dark. He was handsome. And it was my little pony called Tiggy. And that was over 50 years ago. And he really did help me get through my childhood. And he was the catalyst of change. But he taught me how to be in relationship. He taught me true unconditional love that I used as the basis for my first book, Heart of Stable Relationships. And then really helped me change the lives of other people too. Okay. And I had the pleasure of 30 years with him.
Oh, bless. And you went on to write another book as well?
Yes, Imperfect as I Am, spelled
Yes.
I'm Perfect as I Am, and that's to break free from the prison of perfectionism, because too many of us want to believe that we have to get things perfect in order to be loved. and that's just not true.
Brilliant. Wendy, thank you so much. Thank you for your amazing wise words on the couch today, but also for what you shared on stage so that thousands of others can see you and hear you and know that you are incredible, just as you are, of course. And also thank you so much for the work that you do, with people, specifically women, face to face, because, sometimes, we can't remove our own appendix. I'm not saying that Wendy will remove your appendix, but sometimes you need somebody else to help you. And so I want to thank you so much for being you and incredible. And we love you, and I hope everybody else will too.
And thank you, Cheryl.
Thank you. See you soon.
It's with you that we've been able to achieve this.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Thank you very much for the next episode of Wise Women Sharing Their Wise Words.